Caesar over there grinning like a kid that just saw his first pair of boobs.
Hey, what's up? What's going on, everybody? Guys, make sure that you subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet done so. Share this video wherever you like to share videos, and don't forget to give it that good old thumbs up. Alright guys, so comment shoutouts from last week. I have Sierra Dandridge, who is like, I feel like Melody and Donna are up Sky's ass. They are unnecessary. I like Sky, but she has no self-control. It's starting to look bad. Self-sabotage. Okay, checkmate, boo. And then we have Purple Haze, who said Sky was being extra. Tiffany had a point. Sky is extremely insecure and a bully. Tiffany bring up the fact that Sky doesn't even have her kids, but want to put stuff on them was low. But it's true, don't expect someone who don't fuck with you to go easy on you. Caesar needs to see that Sky is not good for business. She's a receptionist that starts fights with artists and can't act professional. Okay, yeah, and you're kind of right. I can't even say nothing about it because you're right, and I feel the same way. I mean, yes, Tiffany did kind of provoke her a little bit by keep on going when you know that this girl's a ticking time bomb. But at the end of the day, you're grown up and you're supposed to act accordingly, especially if you're supposed to try or you're trying to be a professional. Alright, so let's talk about this one. This was an epic fail. Like, that's all I can think about when I think about this particular episode for Black Ink Crew. Alright, so they all go to Puerto Rico, and Caesar, he's real proud of Teddy because Teddy really came through. Like, he didn't think his cousin would do it, but his cousin did the dang thing. You know what I mean? And he's starting to feel like maybe he could trust him again, and maybe he can open up 113th again. But this trip is going to really determine a lot of that. So, the house that they were staying in was like just grand. It was just infinity pool. You have the huge bedrooms and bathrooms and kitchen. It was just like amazing. Like, that's like hashtag goal life. You know what I mean? Like, to be able to lay up in there every single day. Like, people have houses like this. I'll be watching them HGTV shows, and yeah, some people actually live like this on a daily, but at least they got a chance to live like that coming out of the hood. I mean, that's paradise. I mean, they was already in a nice place, but to be in a nice place for real, like where your headquarters, where you living at, that's next level. Meanwhile, Dutchess is playing with guns with her daddy. She there shooting at the shooting range, and they kind of talk about how she feels about certain things. And now she finds out that he's supposed to be going to the convention, and she, of course, she's just like kind of upset about it. I guess because she was the one who knew about this first and signed up to be a part of it first. She was actually asked to participate and do a live stream from the event. So she's just like, she doesn't really want to do her thing anymore because she knows that he's going to be there. She doesn't really know if she's ready to face him. But I think it was her sister or her best friend, I don't recall. But the person that she was talking to and her father as well was just like, you can't give up opportunities because somebody else is there. You can't just be like, oh, I'm not going to do this because you guys run in the same circle. So what are you going to do every time he's going to be somewhere? You're going to opt out. So, you know, that kind of like gave her a little kick in the head, and it kind of made her feel like, okay, you know, maybe I'll think about it, but I don't know. And, you know, we've all been, well, I don't know if we all been through it, but I know I've been through situations where it's been certain people that made me feel some type of way, but I'm like, F that. I'm going to go, and I'm going to show my face, and I'm going to make you feel like, oh, dang, she ain't fazed by me. Yeah, because you're not going to make me feel less than. You know, you're not going to act like you're above me or nothing like that. We eye level, boo. So I guess she kind of needed a little bit of a pep talk to kind of get out of that little I'm going to be under my pillow and sleep and not face the world type of behavior. It's like when she gets down, she gets really, really down. That's one thing I noticed about her. Like, she can be real, like, super extra, but she's a very emotional person. Like, she would cry at the drop of a dime, even though sometimes she's the one to make people feel some type of way. Like, she don't know how to treat people sometimes. And it's almost like she doesn't understand the fact that you're not treating people the way you want to be treated. So when they start claiming beds, the crew starts claiming beds at this grand home that I was talking about. One of the rooms has bunk beds in there. So when Donna comes in, she claims the big room with the big bed, like, oh, I'm sleeping here. I called it first. I got here first. And Teddy's like, nah, this is my room. She's like, no, I got here first. And then Sky sees the bunk beds. She's like, no, I'm not. I refuse to sleep in bunk beds. I didn't come here for this. I'm going to a hotel. Like, she straight goes back in the cab before the cab leaves. Like, yo, we're going to a hotel. But Caesar catches her before she actually ends up leaving. And he kind of has like a little meeting real quick and lets them know there is a chain of command here. So the first person is me. Then following that, it's Teddy. Then Sky. Then the new folks. No, then Walter, then the new folks, and then it's Donna. Like, Donna's the bottom of the... Donna's the part of the pot after you make the rice and the rice bun. That's the part of the rice that she is. The part all the way at the bottom, the one we call the bun. That's what she is. Because it was like, damn. I know she felt some type of way. She started walking away as soon as he said it. And he was like, you know, you don't gotta get mad. And she's like, I'm not mad. Just because I'm walking away, he's like, we're still having a conversation, you're walking away. So evidently she was upset. She did feel some type of way. She felt like at least she should be above the new people. But it's like, at the end of the day, technically speaking, if you want to go in chronological order, the new people were here before you came back. So, yeah, it kind of sucks. I mean, at the end of the day, also, she's still proving herself. She F'd his chick. She, you know, had all kind of fights and all kind of drama in the shop. Like, you had a lot going on. And she been effing everybody in the shop. Like, it's a lot going on with this chick. Anyway, so somebody rings the bell while they're all hanging out. And they go answer the door. And who is it? None other than Tattoo Baby. She came to hang out with her new boo. And Caesar just looks really happy. And everybody's happy for him because they see how young and just how... I mean, but the thing about it is that everybody's like this in a new relationship. Wasn't he smiling in the beginning with this chick too? But then as time progressed and people get comfortable with each other and they sometimes they lose respect for each other. Sometimes they get used to talking to each other a certain way. And that's where things start to go down. When you start respecting each other, when you start feeling like it's okay to say whatever to this person that you love and care about, that's when things start to go down. So yeah, he's all excited and everything because she's there. And I was like, dang, he better watch out because it looked like Donna was definitely trying to steal his girl. Like she came in, she eventually changed into a bathing suit. And Donna's all trying to push up on her. I'm like, girl, he just barely got over what you did with his last fiance. Now you trying to push up on his new boo? Like, girl, you need to go somewhere with that. She is Miss Steal Your Boo. I mean, or Steal Your Girl. Just like how Tree Songs is Mr. Steal Your Girl. Yeah, he's the other one. I mean, she's the other one. So, Caesar, he has a talk with her. And before that, they all was sitting down at the table and... I guess Dutchess' name came up because they saw that she's going to the convention. And at first it was Donna that brought it up. And then I think Sky was kind of piggybacking off of that. Like, oh, this is hilarious and stuff like that. And then he ends up having a talk with her later on, like, Tattoo Baby. Because he's like, damn, like, why would they be talking about this while she's right here? So he has a talk with her, just kind of lets her know, like, I'm focused on you right now. And... he also mentioned that she's the kind of girl that doesn't put up with the BS. So in my head, I'm like, so what's so different about her? Because she's quote unquote what people believe is beautiful or pretty. I mean, I don't know. Just sometimes I don't understand that with like men in general or even black men because I just feel like they put lighter skinned women on a higher pedestal than they do black women. Like they feel like black women, especially if they started from the bottom and they work their way up, they're not as good as a woman who quote unquote is already established, I guess, because she got her own little tattoo shop. But she had to start somewhere as well. I mean, unless she was thrown into money or when she was a kid or something like that. So I don't know. I just felt like it was kind of weird the way he kind of like phrase that. I just felt like the way he said it, I just kind of felt like he felt like she was so beautiful that he has to be on point. He has to do everything right. Otherwise, she's going to leave him. I mean, that could be true, but still, like, I don't know. It just kind of rubbed me a little wrong. I could be wrong, y'all. Y'all could let me know if y'all felt a different type of way, but that's the way I was kind of feeling when he said that. So Dutchess was like that, you know what, she's going to go to this thing. She's not going to let it keep her down. And she was telling her friend or sister, like I said, I don't remember which one it was, but she was saying that it's crazy because she was holding him down for all these years, holding him down with the shop. And she feels like as soon as she started doing something for herself, that's when he started like acting up and straying away. And then it was almost like he was in competition with her because he wanted to run and open up another tattoo shop on 125th instead of helping her to achieve her goals like she did with him. And she did get emotional thinking about it. And she was just like, she gotta stop. She had to stop being helpful to just him. And she had to move on and just kind of create her own brand and her own legacy. But she wasn't really just doing it solely for her. She was doing it for them because they're supposed to be a team, you know. And I get what she's saying. She was trying to do her part and have her part of the empire, which, yes, it would be in her name. And then he would have his. And they can just kind of combine that and just make greatness, you know. But it's almost like he wanted to have more than what she had. Otherwise, it didn't make him feel right. Or maybe he was scared that she may be more successful than him. Maybe that was the thing. Like, what if she blows up, gets more money than him, and he's had this one shop for so long? It's going to look bad, you know? I think that's kind of what it was, especially when you know that y'all started at kind of like at the bottom. Like, if Tattoo Baby is doing better than him, she's already been established, so it doesn't matter. I kind of feel like that's kind of what it is. So Melody, she's back home. She's staying home, and she's having a problem with her baby daddy. She mentioned something about marriage, and then he just kind of was like, no, I'm not getting married to you. And she gets upset about it, but then he ends up telling her that they can have a ceremony in Puerto Rico. And supposedly now she's saying that she doesn't really care about the whole paper, the legal stuff. She just wants security to know that they're really together. So, I don't know. I just feel like the way he was talking, he's just, like, not really down for, like, true commitment. He's talking about this ceremony. Like, at the end of the day, if something happens where you need family or legal people or whatever, you need something that's legally binding. Like, in a lot of states and a lot of places, that's not official. Like, oh, we wrote our name in the sand, or we went on the beach and we said that we love the Lord and we love each other. That's not going to cut it. That's not going to cut it if you need to get money from his death or something. You know, like crazy stuff like that. So, I mean, the only thing that really truly would tie them officially is that they both have a child and he most likely signed the birth certificate. But other than that, like, I don't know. It's just for me, I just don't feel like... I feel like if you're so committed, you're in a monogamous relationship, and you really want to stay with this person for the rest of your life, then that should not be something that you're necessarily like... I don't ever want to be married to you, and that's it. I mean, at least be open to the thought, but he sounds like he's not even open to it. He's just like, that's a trap, and I don't want to have to go through lawyers and this and that in order to break up. Like, that's pretty much what he said without saying the breakup part. But she's like, why are you talking about divorce already? But it looks like he just convinced her that what his way was okay, and she seems like she's ready to settle for it because she wants him most likely in her baby's life because she knows it's hard being a single mother. So Dutchess literally slays for the convention. Like, she looks beautiful. She has a little dress on, like a little flowy dress, looking very island-like, and she did her hair up nice, did her makeup all nice. Like, she was ready to look like a boss coming through at the convention. So the crew heads out to the convention, and, you know, they're all hyped up. Black and crew is here. Yeah. They get to the thing to register. He's like, Black and crew, Caesar. You know, he tells them his name and all that stuff. They're like, they was getting the bands ready and all that. They're like, yeah, your name's not on the registry. So he's like, oh, no, we sent in our paperwork. They're like, nah, we never received it. So Teddy's like, can we speak to management? Like, he looked like he tight, son. Like, yo, these people's messing up right now. They trying to make me look bad. So management comes out, like, we never received the package, the documents that we supposed to get, the profile pictures and all that. We didn't, or whatever they supposed to get. Maybe they had to create a banner and, you know, you have to pay a certain amount for the booth and everything else. So he's like, we didn't get any of that stuff. So then Ted's, when they you know, kind of have their little huddle meeting to find out what's going on, you know, go back to Ted. You're the source. You're the one that brought this up. You're the one that convinced us to go out there. You're the one who convinced me to get this big old house because I thought I was going to be getting that money back, you know? Plus the other shop is closed, so that means that funds is getting lower. So he's like, you know, I did all the paperwork. Like, straight up, straight face. I did all the paperwork. I don't know what happened. He's like, I sent it out. I did what I had to do. He's like, you know, I did it, and I thought somebody else would mail it. Like, I thought Kat was going to mail it. I was like, wait, hold up. How did it go? How did the ball come from being right up? Right, the ball was right here. So all of a sudden, he pitched the ball to the other girl, like, and she looking like, what? Like, I don't work for you. What are you talking about? Like, what? So, yeah, he pretty much effed up, and Caesar was pissed off to the max. He was embarrassed because Tattoo Baby was with them. They all in black. Well, most of them was in black, you know, as they were trying to be a crew, like, be a real team. And it was embarrassing. And I would have been embarrassed too, like, and plus, on top of that, y'all all screaming out Black and Crew, so we can't even leave out quietly at the end of the day. Like, y'all was streaming this, telling everybody about this, and now we have to pretty much put our legs between our tails and kind of walk out of there with our heads held low. And he just, like, kind of walked away from them. He had to apologize to Tattoo Baby for having her come out there. That's most likely why he got that grand place too, because he wanted to impress her, I bet. So now Ted is feeling some type of way. He knows that this means that everybody's going to be unemployed because this was kind of like a test and he kind of failed. So they're walking the streets trying to find some place that they would be able to do tattoos at. So when when Caesar and Tattoo Baby were walking, they just so happened to see Dutchess doing a photo shoot, and also she was doing her live stream. She was actually in the middle of her live stream. Then he gonna walk up to her, because first he didn't want to go because he saw her there. He didn't want to make Tattoo Baby feel it like any type of way, but she was like, it's okay. So he ends up walking over there towards her while she's in the middle of her live stream. She tried to fake the funk. She was like, hey, Tattoo Baby, hey, and then she's like, yeah, I'm not going to do that right now. Because he's like, can we talk? And she's like, I'm working. So he stands there and waits. He tries to get her attention again when he sees that she's done. And she's just like, nah. Like, I'm not going to stand here and talk to you while you with your next chick. Like, is that crazy? And to be honest, like, she's right. Who in their right mind is going to be talking to you while they know that you talked to the next chick? And it was so quick. Like, they just literally broke up. And you with the next person, and you got her on this trip? Like, that's how we doing? Like, yes, we know she does tattoos as well. But nah, that wasn't cool. And then you want to stand there right there with her. Like, to be honest, she just kind of was like, nah, I'm not doing this. And he was upset that she was not trying to engage him or give him any type of explanation or answer. And he wants to cry back to Tattoo Baby. I know she was standing there like, this is not my drama. Like, I don't need to hear about this. But she was like, all right, I'm going to sit here and just be a soldier and listen. Be the ear that he could talk to. And Dutchess was like, he must be crazy. And to be honest, like, he's lucky that that's all she did. Because she can be crazy. She can, go off. But I think it's because all these professional people were there. And she probably didn't want to, scare them away or anything like that, because she's hired to do a job. She's getting paid to do this. So it's not the time for you to have some, personal conversation. I want to melt down in front of all these, the people that hired me type of thing. So she was just pretty much like, she wasn't talking to him, and that was pretty much why. And it pretty much ended right there, where they're still in limbo trying to find this tattoo shop so they can make back, I guess they lost $30,000. So that's what I heard Teddy say, something about we need to make back this $30,000. How the hell y'all lose $30,000 going there? Well, that house was grand, so that's probably a good amount. And who knows how many days they had it for, as well as the plane tickets. I mean, I'm pretty sure VH1 probably helped them with some of the things, but then again, the tattoo shops, 2 of them are closed down, so they're losing business there as well. So it's a lot of money that's been lost so far. But 30,000, that's a lot. But hopefully he comes through finally, because he gonna have to do something to make up to this man. But thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you thought down below. Stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I'll see you in the next one. Later.